dumbbell continuous 20 Metcon. This is going to be an upper body and abs workout. For today's workout, you will need some weights, and you'll also need some type of bench or even a coffee table if you have one close by if you're working out at home, okay? So all these exercises are really going to target our stabilizers and help us have better posture, as well as have that strong upper body and abs that we need, okay? So I've got 5 exercises for this workout. I'm gonna walk you through all the exercises so you can most effectively and efficiently perform them and get through this 20-minute workout, okay? All right, so the exercises I have up for today, we're starting with a standing knee up with an overhead hold. That's going to help you really focus on good posture. And then we're adding in a rotational press to that. So you'll need 1 dumbbell for this exercise. I'm going to hold each end of the dumbbell, each head of the dumbbell, holding it up overhead with a good posture, so shoulders right over my hips, and then a knee up. And then I'm going to take the weight down as I rotate to the side. So getting a little bit of a shoulder press in there, and then that standing core work right there. So standing knee up with an overhead hold to the rotation press, okay? You can use 1 dumbbell for that. You could even just do body weight only if you just want to focus on that and twist, okay? Second exercise is a variation of our plank drags. I love plank drags for core work. This time we are adding in an up down to the plank drag. So I'm going to be starting out in your push-up plank position. You're going to drop it down, walk it up, then drag the weight across, and then repeat. Drop it down, walk it up, and across. Make sure that you're keeping track of which side you drop down with first, so that you're not always dropping down on the same side, okay? So if you drop down on the right, left, up, make sure you drop down on the left for your next rep, okay? You can always do those from your knees. That would be your modification for that one, okay? Just do them from your knees. Our third and fourth exercise is going to be a bird dog row. And this is where you're going to need a bench or a coffee table or something like that, okay? If you have a coffee table, you might want to put a little towel down under your knee, all right? So we're going to start out in a bird dog. So you're coming onto your table and starting out in that bird dog position. You want to make sure that you have 1 hand to the side, because we're going to be reaching out for that weight. And you want to be in bird dog. And what I see with bird dog is this, like, flexing the spine. So you want to make sure that you create a tabletop. So you want to make sure that you're not allowing your low back to round. So bring that belly button in and up, okay? And we want to make sure too that your hip is over your knee and that you're not rotating at the hip. So this alone is a really difficult core exercise, okay? Just balancing in this bird dog. But we're adding in a row from the bird dog, adding in the row from the bird dog. So you can also do this from the floor. You're just not going to get that stretch in your arms, so it's going to end up being just like a from the floor kind of a renegade type of row, okay? And also too, when you're doing that, you're putting 3 points on the ground, which makes it easier to balance. So here we really want to have those 2 points on the ground if possible for this exercise, to really focus on our stability and those deep ab muscles. This is an excellent exercise, bird dog, but I just see it performed wrong a lot, mainly because you're curving the spine, okay? So just ensure that you are, when you're setting up for it, that you're not taking that back leg and lifting it up too high, that you're coming right from here, tucking the hips under, making sure your hips are square, okay? And then you can practice too with your arm out. So your palm's gonna face in, and you can do this too if you would like to just do bird dogs also, because this is a challenging exercise when we add the row in there, okay? We're doing that on both sides, so you get 2 chances to work at it, okay? And then for our final exercise, we're doing some skull crushers. So working on triceps, but we're gonna be doing these from a hollow hold position. So getting that core working, those deep abs. And the way we're gonna set up for this is in hollow hold. We're gonna have a neutral grip for our skull crushers. Arms are gonna be up overhead. And you're gonna bend at the elbow, create that 90 degree, and then press up, down, and up, okay? I'll do it from the side here so you can see. When you're doing skull crushers, it's a 90 degree bend and up. I also keep a slight bend of the way up. I try not to lock all the way out. I like to keep a slight bend when I'm doing tricep work. So what you don't want to turn this into is this, okay? You want to have that bend at the elbow. And those are the exercises that I have up for today's workout. Focusing on stability, focusing on upper body strength. You are getting that conditioning in because we are working for a full 40 seconds with minimal rest in between the exercises and going through all 5 of these exercises for 4 rounds. So it is a creative and fun way to get in your cardio. All right? If you don't have weights at home, I highly recommend that you invest in a set or two, a pair or two of dumbbells so that you can get these workouts in, because these are very effective workouts. They don't take a lot of time. You can get them done from home. You can fit it into your day, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started and we're gonna be done in 20 minutes, all right? Just to give you an idea of what weights I have for today, I have a pair of 15s, I have one 25 dumbbell, and then I have this 10-pound dumbbell as well, okay? All right, and we're gonna get started. All right, this continuous 20 upper body and abs workout is gonna begin in under 10 seconds. We're doing the standing knee up to overhead press. So hold on tight to the end of the dumbbells, hold the weight up overhead, good posture, knee ups, and then the rotation. So as you fatigue through this workout, to just be aware of holding that dumbbell up overhead. When you're doing the knee up, keep good posture, okay? And try to bring that weight and twist opposite elbow to opposite knee. Woo. Working on standing up nice and tall. Stand up nice and tall here. I'm already losing focus with this. Twist and twist. Focusing on standing up nice and tall in that one. All right. 20 seconds to just recover before we go to our up-down planks. Okay, I'm going to continue using my 20 for this one. So up-down planks. Go ahead and get into that plank position. You're going to drop down, come up, drag it across. Now I'm going to drop down with this side. So I'm always going to drop down on the side of the dumbbell. That's going to help keep me on track today. When you are doing this lowering of the plank, make sure your torso is in line with your hips. That butt's not in the air. If butt's in the air or butt sagging, go to your knees and do this. You're also dragging that dumbbell, you're not picking it up. And rest. All right, now we're moving into those bird dogs. So I'm gonna get my tabletop here. I'm gonna put one knee right in the center, maybe off to the side just a little bit so that you can actually, this outside leg up into bird dog, reach down for that weight and row. So if you're starting to lift that leg up and get that roundness in the lower back, ensure that you're tucking your hips. And these are nice and controlled, so you don't want to lean into the side with the weight. So ensure your hips are square to the ground. So if you feel that hip on the side that doesn't have the weight start to lift up, Square it up. Nice and controlled. And then we're switching sides. So the knee that's on the couch or the table is the one closest to the weight. The other leg comes up. As you lift up with your leg, bring that belly button in and up. And lift. Like I said, you can do these from the floor also. Lots of balance. I already feel that shake going on. Using lots of stabilizers here. Your head should also, your neck, you need to be just looking down at the ground, not up, not to the side. We're keeping a neutral spine. Woo! That's a challenging one, okay? You gotta add in these challenging exercises. You have the option to do that from the floor or just body weight working on the bird dog. Okay, we're going into skull crushers. I feel like folks shy away from bird dogs because they think they're too easy. Not when you do them correctly. All right, hollow hold skull crusher. Ensure you're getting that 90-degree bend in the arm and you're not turning it into a pullover. Look down at your toes, so your head should not be leaning back. If this ends up being too hard, I want you to go to a glute bridge and do it from there. You're getting in a lot of core work with a glute bridge as well. 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and 20 seconds to make our way up to standing. All right, so like I said, as you start to fatigue, this next exercise with the overhead hold, just ensure you are carefully holding on to those dumbbells, okay? The heads of the dumbbells. All right, go ahead and take that weight up overhead. Let's focus on good posture. Bring those knees up, and then rotate, and rotate. Just getting that shoulder press in. A little oblique work. And here working on stabilizing with good posture. 10 seconds to go. As I rotate too, you can see I'm kind of making a wider step. That helps me to stabilize some. It helps me get that rotation in also. Woo! That weight's getting heavy. I might have to go down on the next one just because I don't want to drop it. Okay, up down planks are our next one. Up down plank drags. Go ahead and set up. Just to keep myself on track, I am dropping down on the side with the weight. Dropping down on the side with the weight. Keep the hips square to the ground. You're not rotating every time you come down. We don't want to be doing that. And as you drag it across, keep that body in line. Oops, see, I dropped down the wrong side. These workouts are great too for training yourself to stay focused. And rest for 20. Go ahead and set up for your bird dogs. Woo. All right, so got my weight here. Leg on the bench closest to the weight. Bring that leg up, belly button in and up, hips square. Nice and in line. So you want to lift up and start to do this. I see that a lot. Then you're taking the tension off the abs when you do that, okay? So keeping the hips square, not rounding, overextending the back. Not dropping into the side with the weight. Press your palm into the ground or your chair table, whatever you're using. Press your knee into the ground. When you do that, pressing in, lift up, square the hips. Okay, so if you just want to work on that body weight only, we are working abs and core today. You can do that, okay? Back work, we're getting those stabilizer muscles too. So, all right, set up. And lift. So my hips start to rotate, so I constantly have to remind myself to not lean into the side. So, doing them from the ground too, every time you set that weight down, you can kind of remind yourself of hips. You see that leg shaking? Bring it on. Woo, less than 10 seconds. And stop doing that one for now. I love that. I love that shake. I love it. It's working muscles. Might not be used to working that I need to. All right. What do we got now? Skull crushers. Skull crushers from our hollow hold position. We're doing these neutral grip. Down and up. Making that 90-degree angle with the arms. We're not turning it into this, okay? If it's too difficult, glute bridge. Glute bridge. This is excellent as well. Okay, you gotta have strong glutes to have good core, good posture. So either way is fine here today. Lower those legs to make it a little more challenging, but make sure your low back stays pressed in the ground. Look at your gaze should be at your toes or right above them. Do not lean your head back. 2, 1. Woo. All right, moving on back to the top. So you're halfway with the workout today. I'm gonna grab this one here. That 25 is getting heavy. I don't want to drop it on my head. Okay, hold it up overhead and knee up. Focus on that good posture. Maybe hold the knee there for a second and then twist. So you should feel like the leg on the ground is like a tree trunk. When you lift up tree trunks, it's nice and straight and twist. Try to get that knee up past your belly button. Opposite knee to elbow when you twist. Not rounding or overextending. Woo! Now isolate hold. That's tough too as you start to fatigue, right? All right, we got the up down plank. Next, I'm just gonna stick with this one here. You all do these from the side this time. All right? So drop it down. Ooh, if I can, drop it down. Bring it up. Take it across. Drop it down. Bring it up. Take it across. You see my upper body is in line with my glute. My torso is in line with my glutes. And as I drop down, as I pull across, hips stay square. Woo. Do these from the knees if they're too difficult. Woo. 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Lots of muscles today that I'm challenging when it comes to core, deep abs. All right, we gotta get these bird dogs in. Set up. So I'm gonna press in with those 2 points with my palm, my knee. I'm gonna press in, bring my belly button in and up, squeeze my glutes. And keep intention on my midsection, abs. So when you do this, whoops, now your abs are not fired. Go like that, bring the belly button in and up. Maybe flex the foot that's lifted. That might help to get that connection going there. And ensure you're not rotating into the side with the weight, okay? So when you're doing that, you have to kind of, you don't want to go this way. Okay, so square them up. All right, other side. Knee, press in here. Press, bring the belly button up. Flex that foot that's lifted. Get the hip right over the knee, so you don't want to be back like this either. Hip, right over knee. Square it up. Belly button in and up. No rounding the back, meaning this way, okay? Your gaze, neck's in line, neck is in line, so, you know, make sure you're looking down at the ground, not up. Woo. Allow yourself to shake if you are, it's okay. Find that balance. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, going down to the ground for our skull crushers. Not a lot of jumping around today, but the sweat's coming down because I'm really having to concentrate. All right, here we go. Neutral grip. Try to bring the heads of the dumbbells almost to your shoulders and up. Almost to your shoulders and up. Go into glute bridge if you need to. Don't let the head rest back. Gaze should be at the top of your toes. Final 10's almost here. Keep that low back pressed into the ground. Keep pressing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Okay. We have one more round of all this. When this workout started, it was like, oh, these exercises aren't that hard today. They are. They require a lot of focus and a lot of focusing on really good form, okay? Really good form. And twist, twist. Try to hold it here for a second. Work on your balance. Bring that belly button in and then rotate. Tree trunk leg. Working on that overhead press. Nice and stable. Slight bend in those arms. It would be like this and pinching, okay? So yeah, on that one, I know it's the 4th round, but we don't want to be straight up like this and pinch. So it's like if you're grabbing onto a pull-up bar, you can go down, that's the position. Okay, all right, 10 more seconds to rest. We have the plank dread to do. I'm gonna face you this time. There wasn't quite enough room here to go that way. All right, let's drop it down and press it up and drag it across. Really focusing here with all the movement we're doing to lock in those hips towards the ground. Okay, so press the heels back, squeeze your quads, focus on that belly button. Woo! I know shoulders are feeling it here, so if you need to, go to your knees. Balancing on that 3 points here, that's tough right now, right? Keep going though. Keep going all the way to that bell. All right, bird dogs. Bird dogs. All right, do these from the floor if you need to, all right? So every time you drop the weight down, you're gonna be touching the ground with the weight, but you can also remind yourself of the form you need for the bird dog, or you just do them body weight only. Flex that back foot. Feel the energy all the way through that heel of the straight leg, and don't let yourself rotate into the side with the weight. Press into this palm. Press into it. Bring the belly button in and up. Keeping everything engaged here. and breathe. Just hold this position, focus, and switch. Woo! Tough. All right, 10 more seconds. Go and stand up again. So this front pump, press into it. Press into it, but that's going to help you to keep those hips square too. Feel the energy through the heels. See, I was forgetting about this back leg. Bring it up nice and straight. Squeeze your glute. Flex your foot. Send that energy through your heel. Belly button in and up. Press through your palm. Work from the back as you lift. Not pinching with the weight, so you don't want to be pinching like this. Always bring it back towards your glute. Less than 10 seconds. Don't let the hips rotate. Square it up. Woo! And get that other hip right over the knee. So you start coming back like that. I mean, that's a normal thing I see, especially when we're bouncing like this. Everything has to be in line. Lots to think about in that exercise. All right. Final exercise today are skull crushers. We're going to come down to the ground. Let's finish it out nice and strong. Down and up. Get that low back into the ground and make sure you're breathing. And up. Heads of the dumbbells come down almost to the tops of your shoulders and press with those triceps. Come on. Low back into the ground. Don't let that low back come off the ground. If it is, lift your legs up a little higher. You're almost to the end. 10 more seconds. Keep that gaze looking at your toes. And lift. And lower with control. And lift. Come on. 3, 2, 1. And carefully come out of it. Let's carefully go to standing. Heads the last to lift. And let's bring our arms up and down. Just make some circles. Exhale for these final 20 seconds. Woo! And that is it. So, working on strength. Maybe today hitting some muscles you never knew you needed for things like the bird dog. All right, bird dog, people think, oh, it's easy exercise. I'm not getting anything out of it. I don't feel it because you're not doing it correctly. It is actually a very challenging exercise when you do it right, okay? And we're adding in a weight, making it even more challenging, okay? Lots of great exercises today. Hopefully some of them might be new to you, and you'll continue to work on them and not get frustrated with them and see the results. The results meaning better posture, better walking gait. So many things that we get from strength training, not just, our focus is to make sure that we're holding on to lean muscle, especially as we age, but we also want to be able to do functional things like stand up and have good posture. And these exercises, just 20 minutes a day, will help you to have that longevity that you need for the long term, okay? I hope you all enjoyed this workout, and I hope to see you for the next continuous 20.